Dear Dad, I have reached a point where I now clearly realize that life as we know it probably doesn't last forever. In the last few months, I've started to notice more and more I don't look like I always looked. I'm aging. So many people in my life are passed away or will pass soon. You aren't young anymore. I don't know how much time we have left, but I want it to be good. You will be gone sooner than I like to think, and I will miss you so much. You seem healthy now, and I am thankful for that. But I know our time is limited. I would like to make the most of what we have left. I'm regretting not having made more time for you these past few years. My beliefs and perspectives have not been conducive to nurturing relationships. I spend a great deal of time alone, not wanting to have problems or confrontations with anyone. My experiences are difficult to explain, but I assure you they are very real. I am not crazy. There is something in my life that is distinctly different from most others that I know of. Yet, my life is also remarkably common with anyone and everyone I meet. I have reached a point in my life where I believe I may be able to start pulling all of my work and studies together to demonstrate a life not wasted, but one of exemplary performance. I know I get on my high horse sometimes, and it gets annoying. My life is a perfect combination of the best and the worst things that I can imagine. All I have ever really wanted to do was the best thing possible for the most amount of people that would have the most lasting positive effects. I realize that this is very difficult for some people to believe, given the way my attitude and behavior are viewed and interpreted. Even when people are being nice and tolerant of me, they can't hide how they really feel. I can tell from the little things that come through loud and clear in between the lines. Sometimes it's simply impossible to be me. I'm not crazy, but the world is. I want you to know something, Dad. When I think of you, or speak about you to others, I often joke about your initials being JC, and equate your life as my father to the near perfect example you set for me. In a world so full of crap, garbage, confusion, and corruption, in so many ways I can see that you lived your life immune to the ugliness. That is not to say you never had problems. We all do. But you have typically dealt quite gracefully under pressure. I admire you for that. I'm more compulsive, and it's less pretty. You have worked hard. You made time for me. You did family things always. Our house was beautiful. Our neighborhood, a little heaven for little boys. My childhood was very good. Mom was a little crazy, but I never felt unloved. I knew that both of you loved me. I didn't like Mom's temper. I hated how she behaved sometimes, but I loved her, and I love you very much. You know that I was insecure for some time, feeling that you would have preferred that I had been more studious and conventional like Greg and Marie's boys. My lack of conspicuous success has long been a point of contention for me. I worry that people worry about me. I am sometimes bothered by the fact that some people view my life as a kind of failure, but it isn't. I do important work, and as I begin to bring forth the fruits of it in a way that only I can, it will become more evident to the people who get it just how gifted I am. I don't mean to brag. I just know that what it is that I set out to do is simply not easy. I have exceeded my own expectations in intellectual theory. I hope you are around to see the best of the positive results materialize. I know it would make you happy, and that would please me very much. Because I take a strong position on some controversial issues, I expect fallout and very negative criticisms. Frankly, I'll be surprised if I die of old age and not a bullet to the head. No human being in recorded history has ever been allowed to live to a ripe old age saying the kind of things that I say or will say. But I will say this now. As much as it stresses me sometimes to be vigilant and face the humiliating comments and even the likelihood of violent threats, I justify all of it by viewing what it is that I intend to do as though I were at war in a conflict over stupidity, negligence, and crime. I know this world can be a much better place. You want to know how I know? You proved it to me by how you lived your life. You proved it to me in how your family members treated each other with nothing but adoring respect. I didn't know it at the time, but your manners and values set much of the standard by which I judge the world now. Your love of family is undeniable. There's so much I want to say to you, and so much I want you to see. The most important thing is that you know this. I am so proud of you, my father. I love you so much. I love you more today than ever because I now see things with the eyes and vision only age and maturity can bring. I love you, Dad. I'm so lucky to have you as my father.